Going on, my friends? Beautiful, beautiful chili tonight, and she's warm. So I've had this variety before, but not this season. First time I tried this pepper was last year. So this is the NK Hellhammer from Mr. Nick Kemps himself at HellGarden Chilis. Thank you, Nick. Always look forward to your pods. It's taken us a while to hook up this season, but I'm glad to get my hands on some of your pods this year because last year they're just phenomenal peppers. And the only place you can really get the NK varieties is from Nick Kemps. I haven't seen anybody else really growing them, so I'm not sure. But I also wanted to mention he does tincture. I've got a little sludge left in this bottle, but man, this stuff is good. This is the HellGarden Hellhammer tincture. Just straight pepper forward tincture made with these bad boys. Just a cool looking pepper, you know, almost like I don't want to eat it. It looks just like the phenotype excuse me, that he had sent me last year. So this is a cross between a Primo and a Apocalypse Scorpion. Here we go. It was about a 13-gram pod. It's gnarly. A lot of pepper. It's a thicker walled pepper for a super hot as well. Kind of remembering that now. Really pretty thick walled, which I prefer. I like that. Also, forgot to mention, but for a tincture that you can purchase, that's the hottest tincture I've ever had. For one you can purchase. I've had some others from some people that were gifted and things like that that are on the same level of heat or maybe just a little bit hotter, but there she is. Ramping up. Feel it in the chest. For the birds. A little bit stuck in my teeth. So, it's as hot as I remember. Trying to see where it's going here. I can feel my forehead getting warm right now. It's all front of the mouth, a little bit in the back of the sides of the throat, I mean. It's generating a lot of saliva right now, though. A lot. A large amount. Which is making it hard to swallow. Because those cap oils and the saliva and everything, you can feel it just sticking to the throat. It's fruity. More fruity than I remember, though. And maybe my palate's just gotten a little bit better. There's an underlying floralness to it, but really, really low on this. It's really just a fruity pepper for a super hot, you know. No earthy, not even really bitter. Just a fruity red super hot with a little bit of floral underneath and a little bit of that chinense kind of red super hot taste. Got my nose working pretty good. It's cold out here. You can really feel it in the throat when you breathe in and out. A little bit of whiskey chest with it. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. It's a great pepper. Wow. And Nick Kemps is a great dude. So I've got some cool pods coming. A lot of them I've already reviewed, you know, last year. But what I like about his pods is that, like I was saying earlier, they're unique, they're different, they're hot. Great pods. He always sends me, anytime I've ever gotten peppers from him, handful of times last year, but only once this year, but always just send me gorgeous looking colors and shapes. It's really got my nose going though. A lot. But the eyes aren't too glossy or watery at all. I would guesstimate that pod's in the 1.5 to 1.7 range, maybe. Somewhere in there. I mean, it's hot. It's really hot. we go. I needed that. Anyway, a little bit later on my personal time here, or my personal clock, doing this video than I normally am. Went out to get some lunch and having a little bit of car troubles. Couldn't get her started, so I tinkered around, and then the neighbor, which I love, came over. What's going on? So we chatted about it, and then in the midst of trying to tighten the battery cables, we loosened one up, and the post, you know, connecting into the battery, the thread, it looks like it needs a bigger post to stick into the battery more, because we were just struggling trying to get it back on. You know how cars are, man. Just not much room to work with. So we ended up disconnecting the negative side as well, taking the battery out, and then getting it into a better spot to where I could hold it, tighten it, and get it, and finally got it. Put the battery back. She fired right up. Let it warm up a little while. Turned it off. Waited maybe another 5 minutes. Fired right up. And then I went and got my food. And then sat around and watched videos before doing this video. So it's starting to get dark. It's about 5 o'clock. Got to be getting close to 5 p.m. And I originally left my house at 12:45. Took me a good hour and a half to get the truck back going, and just the whole deal. But 'tis life. Anyways, guys, that's all I got today. Again, a phenomenal pepper by a phenomenal grower. If you've never heard Nick Kemps, his garden, HellGarden Chilis, he's got 5, 6, maybe 8 crosses of his that I've never seen anywhere else. I've never seen. And again, I know he sells pods. I was the second person ever besides himself, and the pineappler Tony Reeves was the first to try his I think it was his NK Nova. That was last season, and he sent me one knowing that, you know, I would just review it and I'm gonna eat it and I'm not saving seeds or growing and all of that. And I know this season I've seen a few people try the Supernova from him, so he's been giving them out more recently. But just a great grower. Some very unique, interesting, really only place you can get those varieties is directly from him. So that's all I got. I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for burning with me. It's been your #1 hot sauce guy. The burn is come down quite a bit. Not much in the throat anymore, but a good front of the mouth tongue burn going on right now. So I'm gonna go enjoy this. You guys have a good Saturday.